What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have not forgotten, okay? You guys have been screaming for part 2. We have not just left it. We just had a lot of other videos to catch up on. So we are doing the part 2 of the Yanis video. Before we do, guys,
smash that subscribe button before I get Yanis to come and haunt you in your dreams. A lot of you might like it, but trust me, it's not going to be good, man.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe, guys. You don't want that to happen, all right? Let's do this. Good goal. Damn.
Moving forward, I think that motivates me on a daily basis. Just playing, playing hard, playing for my family, and especially playing for my dad, because he loved seeing us play. Hopefully he's seeing us from above and
he passed away now.
Still proud of us.
For Giannis, it was no longer just about the challenge from Kobe or anyone else. He wanted to win the MVP for his father. He wanted to win the championship for his father. He wanted to be the best player in basketball and make him proud. And he nearly did get his first MVP award that season, averaging 27, 10, and 5 on 53% shooting, putting him 6th in MVP voting. In 5 seasons, we just saw Giannis go from a raw role player averaging only 6 points a game to a borderline all-star, to an all-star, and now an MVP candidate. If the Bucks were more successful as a team, he likely would have been a finalist for the award, but they found themselves as the 7th seed with a tough matchup coming in the playoffs against Boston. Once again, Giannis found himself being the best player in the series with a really strong performance against Boston.
Oh, what done?
Okay. Oh, he caught a body.
But it all came down to a Game 7 in which they unfortunately lost the series. A tough loss for the team as they felt that they were the better team in the series. But it was clear that Giannis was now on his way to becoming one of the best in the world. Milwaukee needed to do everything they could to maximize this, and in came major changes. With Jason Kidd out of a coaching job in January of the previous season, former Atlanta Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer was brought in as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. With Giannis becoming such an unstoppable force driving to the basket, Mike Bud brought in a 5-out offensive system that would maximize this and simplify the game for Giannis. But you can't run 5-out without a shooting big man, and in came Brook Lopez from free agency. This would also allow Mike Bud's defensive system of protecting the paint with drop coverage at all costs to work out, placing Brook down low at the rim, with Giannis wreaking havoc as a help defender.
What I love is that the team is making adjustments to support Giannis's play, because they're not just letting him be a one-man band. They want to maximize his output, as they said.
The front office under John Hammond gave Giannis a chance and maximized his development. And now the front office under John Horst, who took over in 2017, was ready to build a contender around the MVP level player that Giannis had grown into. The Bucks believed that they had a championship contender, and they had an MVP level player leading it all, with their new arena being opened up for the upcoming season. It was all moving in the right direction.
Now, last summer we talked, and I told you that because you won the most improved, you probably couldn't win that again. And you said something that went viral.
I might be the MVP this year.
I said most improved. MVP you can win.
Okay, but if I win the MVP, I can win the most improved.
What are you going to tell us this summer?
I was chasing it. Like, people think I was chasing it till the last moment. But at the end of the day, that's one of the goals that I want to chase. And if it doesn't happen, it didn't happen last year. That doesn't happen this year. It's going to happen, because I'm going to keep working hard every day until I get there.
And the Milwaukee Bucks started off this season on fire with their new system. 7 wins in their first 7 games. Giannis continued to have a dominant season, one that was even better than the season before, but this time it came with huge team success. A 60-win season, one in which Giannis truly solidified himself as one of the league's best players. He dropped his career-high 52 points against Philly.
Giannis.
And averaged a career high in points, rebounds, and assists on incredible efficiency. The 5-out offensive system had truly unlocked Giannis Antetokounmpo, and just over a year after Kobe Bryant challenged him to win the MVP award, he was named a finalist for the award with a chance to bring it home to Milwaukee.
The 2019 Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's going to happen, because I'm going to keep working hard every day until I get there. Yeah, I want to thank God for putting me in this amazing position that I am today. First of all, I want to thank my teammates. It takes more than one person to win 16 games.
True.
I want to thank the coach staff for teaching us, pushing us. I want to thank the front office, the ownership for believing in me.
He definitely deserves it. Like, wow, what we saw his growth from, a kid basically coming in so young and so skinny. Now they built him into like
I think
a
he's 30
machine.
years old now, isn't he?
I think so. Someone commented. I don't know if it's true.
This is years ago. Good for him, man. Like you said, came to his country to a team Milwaukee took a chance on him.
No, big chance.
And he is forever grateful. Is he still playing for them? I think.
Comment below. I think he is.
But he stayed loyal to them. He improved himself. He had a goal. He is playing with purpose. He's not playing just for the money. This guy is playing for purpose. Yeah. He's trying to bring his family to the US. He wants to be that MVP, and he got it. Good for him, man.
And it wasn't overnight success. This took years.
Yeah.
I want to thank the front office, the ownership, for believing in me. And I was 18 years old back in Greece. They allowed me to lead this team. I want to thank my dad. Obviously, my dad is not here with me, but 2 years ago, I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league, and I'm going to win the MVP. And every day that I step on the floor, I always think about my dad, and that motivates me and it pushes me to play harder. And I want to thank my amazing brothers. I love you guys, man.
What a beautiful moment.
And I want to thank my amazing mom. My amazing mom. At the end of the day, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. My goal is to win a championship.
Oh my God.
As my dad told me, always want more, but never be greedy. My goal is to win a championship, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make that happen. Thank you, guys.
What a moment.
Giannis knew that the next objective in his career was winning an NBA championship in Milwaukee, and Kobe Bryant even set that out to be his next challenge. The ending to the 2019 season was bittersweet after taking home the MVP because the Bucks were sent home in the Eastern Conference Finals after falling to the Toronto Raptors in 6 games. A series in which they were 2 overtimes away from taking a 3-0 lead after dominating the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. All they could do was run it back the next year and try to be better, and early on, they were dominant.
He became a beast.
Spins back baseline. Not missing 2 dunks in a
They're
row.
beating good teams.
Middleton over Simmons. 3. Book it.
This team for a lot of the season found themselves on a 70-win pace, and looking at the roster on paper, it would never make sense. But Giannis truly was having a season that was that good. Both offensively and defensively, his dominance propelled this team to incredible success by March of 2020, but I'm sure we all remember what came shortly after.
And fans, due to unforeseen circumstances, the game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe. Take your time in leaving the arena tonight and do so in an orderly fashion. Thank you for coming out tonight. We are all safe.
The NBA has decided to suspend gameplay, but the word that just came out just moments ago is the NBA is going to temporarily suspend the season from now. Who knows what's going to happen going forward.
First reaction and thought when you learned that the season's been suspended. This is crazy. This can't be true. I mean, it's not within the realm of possibilities. It seemed more like out of a movie than reality.
At this point, nobody knew if the NBA season could be salvaged, but they managed to pull something off: the NBA bubble. But the Bucks never looked like that team that was on that 70-win pace during the bubble. It was no longer clicking, just like they weren't prepared. That same dominant team went 3-5 in their 8 seeding games in the bubble, and they lost to the Magic in Game 1 of their first round. They cleaned things up over the next 4 games, but the Miami Heat series was a disaster. The Bucks lost the first 2 games and lost Game 3 after Giannis tweaked his ankle in the first quarter. He did come out on fire in Game 4 with 18 points in 11 minutes, trying to lead a comeback, but once again, he tweaked that same exact ankle even worse this time around, and just like that, this series was entirely over. A loss in 5 for the Bucks and an even more disappointing playoff finish than the year before. Giannis received another MVP award for his regular season dominance along with the Defensive Player of the Year trophy, but these were not the trophies that he had his eyes set on. Giannis always wanted to be an NBA champion, and with his contract extension pending, the narrative became that he would need to leave Milwaukee to become one.
He has to leave. He has to leave, bro. Nobody's going to Milwaukee.
Because I'm imagining South Beach, and that would be so special.
Hold Get it together.
I digress. I get what you're saying about Miami, but let me tell you something, Max Kellerman. Golden State, and they're incapable of getting the requisite pieces, it appears. If he were in LA, even if he were in New York, I don't mean to bring it up like that, but a large market with money, because you have the money, that's different. That is not the case in Milwaukee.
A league where it's become the norm for players to lose patience and leave their team for a better shot at winning a championship. LeBron leaving Cleveland for Miami in 2010. Durant leaving OKC for Golden State in 2016. More recently, James Harden requesting out of Houston so that he can be sent to a strong contender. A league where loyalty to a franchise has become a foreign concept. And the NBA wanted Giannis to follow that same exact path as all these other superstars. They wanted the NBA's back-to-back MVP in a huge market. But Giannis always maintained that he wouldn't leave Milwaukee until they were champions, and he meant that. After they made a trade for Drew Holiday, it was made clear to Giannis that this team was willing to do what it takes to compete, and he ended up making his decision.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is signing the Supermax extension with the Bucks.
I really, as a person, I never cared about money. No, it's all about winning. I want to win. I want to be a champion one day.
We're going to win the championship.
Many superstar players before had left their teams in the same situation, but Giannis approached things differently. It meant everything for him to do this for the city of Milwaukee. They invested in him, and he meant that he would deliver. The newly structured team would have a rough start at 5-4, but they would pick up momentum, and by late February and March, it was clear that they would be contending for a title with this roster. Giannis delivered another MVP caliber season, but with the voters' fatigue and the media's letdown after they didn't get what they want in Giannis leaving, he would just have to settle for another first-team All-NBA and All-Defensive First Team, locking in that 3 seed for the playoffs. In their way in the first round, the Miami Heat, the same team that just took them down in 5 the year before in the bubble. In Game 5, they found themselves in a dogfight. In the final 10 seconds, Jimmy Butler made one of his only 4 baskets for the game to tie it all up at the end of regulation in 99. And after trading baskets back and forth in OT, it all came down to the final seconds from Chris Middleton.
5 seconds left in overtime. Middleton with 2. Middleton!
Oh my God.
He got it with .5 to go.
But from that point onward, the Miami Heat were never close to taking a game on Milwaukee again. They absolutely dominated the next 3 games, with Jimmy Butler averaging only 13 points over that stretch on abysmal shooting. Milwaukee's defense was the difference in this series, and they were certainly needed in the next one. Because the Brooklyn Nets were the next challenge for Milwaukee, a team that hadn't had their best health so far that season, but coming into Game 1, their dynamic Big 3 was all ready to go. Less than a minute into the game, though, James Harden re-aggravated that same hamstring he had trouble with before, and he would be out indefinitely. Even without Harden, though, Brooklyn still took care of business, with Giannis' efficient 34-point performance just not being enough. Game 2 was even more disastrous for Milwaukee, with the game already basically being over by halftime down 24 points.
Oh my God.
A 39-point loss by the end of the game. With the season on the line down 2-0, the Bucks had to get major contributions from not only their superstar, but somebody else had to step up so that they could save their championship hopes. And that somebody else was Chris Middleton. Middleton and Giannis came out firing on all cylinders, scoring all 30 of Milwaukee's points in the first quarter. And the team dominated on the defensive end as well, making a statement to start the game. But Brooklyn responded with a strong quarter of their own, making it just a 3-point lead by halftime. At this point, we were in for a classic. A third quarter that saw Giannis scoring 10 and Durant scoring 12, a back-and-forth battle now down to a 2-point lead entering the fourth. And it was a hard-fought, heavy defensive impressive fourth quarter, going into the final minutes under 80 points for both teams where they would start trading clutch buckets. Durant hit a massive shot to take the lead for Brooklyn with only a minute to go. Middleton got 2 back on a goaltended layup, but after missing a go-ahead mid-range jumper, it was all in the Nets' control, up 1 with 30 seconds to go. Brook Lopez forced a crucial miss, Giannis rebounded, and on the other end, it was Drew Holiday converting the layup to go ahead in a must-win game. After 2 more crucial stops by Milwaukee, they just survived this game. Giannis and Middleton combined for 68 of the 86 points scored. But Game 4 would be another must-win, and into the second quarter, it was a really close game, but Kyrie Irving would end up tweaking his ankle after stepping on Giannis' foot in the crowded paint. And now, like James Harden, he was also out indefinitely. The Bucks would take the lead into halftime behind a 16-point half from Giannis, and Giannis wouldn't stop there, putting up another 12 in the third quarter to extend the lead even more. Milwaukee took full control towards the end of the fourth, and they now tied up the series. With Irving's injury in Game 4, Harden was now pushed back into the lineup for Game 5, still dealing with that hamstring injury. And while he did have a decent game, he was clearly affected, having a rough game. Milwaukee had gone up 16 to end the first half, but Kevin Durant went on to have the game of his life.
Kevin Durant takes it to the rim.
He wants to make sure.
In the fourth, Durant, yes. Durant using the screen for 3, yes.
He made it mad hard.
Walking out, Durant fires and hits. With the shot clock running down.
Just like that, down 3-2. Their backs against the wall yet again, and while James Harden performed a lot better in Game 6, the Bucks' big 3 combined to score 89 points, just as many as the Brooklyn Nets as a team in a 104-89 win. Middleton and Giannis with yet another game, both scoring 30 points each, proving to be a deadly duo. And just like that, we now had the 2 best words in sports, Game 7, and it was special.
Game 7, man. You know about Game 7.
Durant takes it home.
This is where everyone's stressed out.
For 3, yes. First time for the Nets. Here's Durant for 3 as he drills it.
Good dodge.
For Yass, beautiful. And Yass scores. Here's Yass, and he banks it in from.
Oh, they're winning.
Harden on a step back 3. Yes. Here's Yass.
Oh.
Get inside.
Wasn't sure if that was going in.
This is a beautiful possession. Antetokounmpo with the jumper. 1 on the shot clock. Harden fires away. Scores off glass.
This is tough, this game.
That's to Middleton for 3. Yes. Durant racing to the bucket and scores. And hits. Down to 2.
This is rough.
Gets it into Durant. Here is Durant moving on Tucker. He turns,
Not KD.
he shoots. Yes! With 1 second.
With 1 second, they got them ahead.
Oh, that was a winning play.
The question is, was his toe on the line?
Oh.
It looks like from that angle, it was on the line.
So it's a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer.
With a shot way off and
Overtime.
turns, flips it, and it carries it.
They must be so stressed.
Middleton spinning and hits. Here's Durant on the drive. The jumper is no good. It's short.
Yes.
Rebound, Antetokounmpo. Guarded by Holiday. Durant for 3.
Bad throw.
With an air ball. Joe Harris just flips it over to Jeff Green. Now that does it. The Bucks with the 115-111 victory over the Brooklyn Nets.
The Milwaukee Bucks have made it back to the conference finals yet again,
Oh
and this
my
time standing in their way was a very surprising
Also,
team
they
in the
won
Atlanta
that.
Just
Hawks.
about.
Trae Young was on a great run. And
Guys, we're going to leave the final for part 3. That will be the final part. Check that out. It will be out soon. Probably, I'm not going to say when, but it will be out soon, guys. Be patient, all right? Before we finish up, guys, make sure you subscribe. Any last words?
I love this guy.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's in a special place in my heart. Obviously, you're there. You're the main person, but I just love him.
But I can see why he's got such a fan base, though.
Yeah,
because he's so relatable. He's loyal. Like, he's done everything right. He's got he's got passion. He's got a reason, a purpose. He's not just doing it for money. He could have easily left them for money, and he probably got crazy offers to leave. And yeah, he's just working his ass off.
He's literally one of a kind.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for the recommendation. Wait for part 3. For now, peace out.
Bye.